What's up guys, I'm Coscoms, and in this video we'll be talking about all 12 new hypercharges coming in the next update, which were just announced in the new Brawl Talk. Now, there are 12 hypercharges, unlike usually, we have 6. Now, these hypercharges will be released in 2 batches, with 6 being released in the first month, and presumably the next 6 will be in the next month. Now, there are 12 hypercharges, so without further ado, let's get into it. Starting off with Carl, whose super now leaves a trail of fire behind. So you can see in the Brawl Talk preview, they sort of spin around, and everywhere he goes, he just leaves a trail of fire, similar to his gadget. But I think this one will be very good for like area control. I can like imagine this will probably be a good one. Next one we have Mandy, who shoots 3 projectiles with her super, which is similar to Jean's super or Jean's hypercharge, where it just sort of splits. I don't know how good this one will be, but I presume area control can be pretty good, and you can imagine all those Mandys just standing in the corner of the map and just firing all 3, and probably gonna kill everyone somehow. I don't know how Mandy mains do it. Next, we have Hank, whose super projectiles can now home in on enemies, which I think this one's actually kind of cool. I mean, look at it curved like so much and just hitting the enemies. I mean, this one's a pretty cool one, and I can imagine this one will be pretty OP. Next, we have Bo, who can now drop 5 extra mines, which act as a separate hypercharged mine. Now, these don't affect the normal mines, so technically you can probably have up to 8 mines up. I don't know if you can like stack and have like 13, but by the looks of it, this one's gonna be like really good for like area control again. I don't know if it's probably gonna be the best one out of all of these, but I can imagine it'll be like pretty good. Sort of similar to Gray's, how he has like a second portal up, but this one's just small mines, and I guess 5 mines can, do a lot more damage. I mean, imagine like exploding in one and then just getting knocked into like 4 other mines. Yeah, not great. Next we have B, whose super now splits when it reaches max distance or when it hits an enemy. So you can see B using the normal super, and then once it hits the enemy, it's sort of like a smaller one sort of splits behind them. So I guess this one's good for like just like hitting more enemies if they're bunched up. But I can see this one, probably be pretty good. Next we have Meg, who now has a much bigger swipe when she's in mech form, and if she's not in mech form and uses her super while the hypercharge is active, then she gains a shield, which looks like it's a 3000 health shield. So this one, again, looks like it'll be pretty good for that big swipe, get that high damage. But I don't know how good it will be. I can imagine it will probably be quite good. And of course, the shield always helpful. I mean, like not that she already has enough health. Next, we have Mr. P, whose porters now spawn a lot quicker and are also buffed. With the hypercharged porter thing, he can now spawn up to 2 porters, which can actually make it a lot more annoying if you're fighting against it. Next, we have Buster, who really has a super OP one, and he has a 360 shield. I mean, no stopping that, unless you're a thrower. Like, imagine Coach just standing all around and just firing straight at the Buster, and every shot gets reflected, and the projectiles also do extra damage. So yeah, have fun defeating that. Next we have Chester, who now drops a massive bomb which explodes first, then it sends out poison clouds, and finally leaves a slowing area which damages enemy. So this is sort of similar to like their regular, I guess, supers, but like 3 of them combined into one big one, which is actually kind of cool. I can imagine this one being fun. Like imagine like in Brawl Ball, like the enemy behind the wall, but you can explode it, you like leave an area that sort of slows them and damages them, and you also poison them, so you're pretty much like taking them out straight away. Next we have Lola, who doesn't really have a like really good super or hypercharge. Basically their ego is just buffed. Like obviously it'll be harder to defeat, but compared to some of these other ones, it's not as exciting. Next we have Grom, whose super now explodes twice. The second explosion will explode at the same spot, but this time it will be in an X shape, and basically, the super sort of like knocks like in every single direction, just with the X shape being a bit delayed. Finally, we have Sam's Knuckle Bust will now travel faster, and it will instantly charge his super if it hits an enemy. So you can sort of technically have infinite like supers back and forth, which can be kind of fun. Now, those are all 12 hypercharges. I've sort of just speedrun these, but some of these are actually really good, while others aren't as exciting as I mentioned, not looking at Lola's. But yeah, which one do I think will be really fun? Definitely Buster's. Mr. P, I can imagine that one can be kind of annoying. Chester's, definitely annoying. Bo can be annoying if they're a good player. Mandy, again, I don't know how Mandy mains like do it. Carl, the super with the fire can be really good for area control. Meg, it will just be so much more annoying to kill her. And then like Hank, the projectiles homing in is super, super cool. Oh, also Grom, very good, I guess. It can like pretty much you're guaranteed to hit an enemy if you throw it right on top of them, pretty much. Because if they dodge one of them, then they're pretty much guaranteed to be hit by the other one, unless they somehow manage to like dodge out of the way in between during like that small delay. Finally, though, Sam's, I guess that one's pretty cool. I mean, imagine just like spamming his hypercharge and just like, yeah, like in those showdown maps where everything's like bunched up together, like, and then all the boxes in the corner. You know those community maps. You can imagine that one's gonna be kind of OP. But yeah, as I mentioned, they will be released in 2 batches. Most likely, we'll have Carl, Mandy, Hank, Bo, B, and Meg first. I don't actually know, but this is the order they like announced them. And then we have Mr. P, Buster, Chester, Lola, Grom, and Sam in the second half, which might be released later. I don't actually know the order, but this was the order they announced them, so this is sort of me guessing. But which one do you think is the coolest? And yeah, as always, this is Cons blasting off, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.